It's our first episode, Bruce.
Yes, this is Bruce Fretz.
And this is David Rey Martinez.
And we are brothers
of
another color. We should introduce ourselves since this is our first episode. I will be playing the role of the white man, and you will be playing the role of...
of Latino blacks.
Do you identify as African American? Because you're from Panama, right?
Yeah, my mother and father from Panama. I was born and raised in the Bronx. I identify as... Is it weird if I say I don't see color? I do see color, but I really don't feel any kind of way about being black or Latino. I feel like we're all the same, but as a minority.
We are different colors. I am very white.
Yeah, and I'm a beautiful almond brown.
Yes. But we feel like we're brothers.
We're about, 9-10 years apart?
I'm a little older, yeah. But we're both single fathers.
Yeah, single fathers.
Looking for love in New York City.
Looking for love.
And trying to have a career as a creative individual.
Yeah, definitely.
I write for the New York Times as a freelancer. I write about television and movies. I write for several other places. You are a master comedian.
A master comedian. That's every show I go to at a bar, everyone stands up. Oh my Lord, it is David Rey Martinez, master comedian.
I think our main topics are going to be pop culture, which will be in this episode because we're going to be doing movie reviews. Parenting.
Yeah.
And other P words that we can't say. Let's just say dating.
All right.
But today's first episode is called Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. Versus Red Sparrow. Yeah.
So we have both seen both movies.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Black Panther separately.
Yes.
And we just saw Red Sparrow, a sneak preview of it at the Film Society of Lincoln Center.
Yes. My first time at the place, it was very lovely. What I loved about it is that I asked for orange soda because, as you know, I'm a man of color.
Yes.
And I love me some orange soda.
But they were not giving out orange soda. They were only giving out Sprite and Coke and Diet Coke. But you charmed the concessionaire.
Yes.
And got orange soda. And you also taught me a lesson in cross-racial communication because I thought orange soda was the same thing as orange drink.
No.
But you explained to me.
No. Orange soda is orange soda.
It's carbonated.
Yes, it's carbonated. Orange drink is non-carbonated, just like that Minute Maid stuff. That's what that drink is. So,
all right. Well, now I know.
Yeah.
We saw Black Panther, which is the Marvel movie that everyone is talking about. Made $200 million over the weekend. And then we saw Red Sparrow, which is a Jennifer Lawrence Soviet spy thriller. And we haven't talked about it. This is like our Regis and Kelly thing where we didn't talk. We don't know what each other thinks about the movies. So let's just say at the same time which movie we think is better on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Black Panther.
Oh, we agree. All right.
Yeah.
I
was hoping it wasn't. I was really hoping that Red Sparrow would do something different, but
I felt like Red Sparrow was in that category of so bad it's good. Like, it was very entertaining. It was never boring. But you almost have to create your own word to describe it. Like off-tastic. It's like awful and fantastic at the same time. Whereas Black Panther, I believed, was completely revolutionary. Like a quantum leap forward in superhero movies. In every way, just culturally, I feel like it's a huge milestone.
Here we go. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. It's definitely a step in the right direction. But then on the other side of me, it just felt like a lot of jokes that I felt like were very stereotypical jokes.
Jokes in Black Panther?
Yeah, there's plenty of jokes in Black Panther. Come on, like when like in one part where the kids were like, oh man, like we could sell this, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, really? Like, I know when I was a kid.
That's when the spaceship lands in the project.
I wasn't trying to give away too much. I got kind of annoyed because, it was just like one of those things. It's like, really? Was that needed to be said? Couldn't that just been like, man, I really want to fly in this? Like, that would have been me.
I can see that. I can see that.
They were playing all the tropes, right? Like, I felt the same thing with watching T'Challa and whoever the black guy. I'm very bad with names. The guy with all the dead body counts on his body. Or
Killmonger.
Whatever. Yeah, Killmonger.
Yeah.
I felt that, like that situation, it was, basically the Malcolm and Martin Luther King kind of persona playing that trope. They played the trope of the black woman saving the black man.
But that was empowering to black women. And the black women in that movie were so strong.
No, I'm not saying that black women are always strong. See, this is the point. This is the point that.
But they're not always portrayed that way in huge Hollywood blockbusters.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with you. But in most movies, the black woman is the strongest woman behind the scenes and, making everybody else. Are you talking
about Medea, or what are we talking about here?
I'm talking about almost every. It's not just comedies in general.
Yeah, Big Mama's House.
Big Mama's House. Any black movie. Are you just gonna name big fat black women during this whole?
It's men, big fat men dressed up as women. But here's the thing, though. You like terrible superhero movies. We've seen superhero movies that are terrible.
No.
Like you like Suicide Squad.
I didn't say that.
You like Justice League.
Because I'm an actual. You know what? When I go to see a movie, I'm going to see a movie as a fan, not as a. I need to see the quality and the cinematography.
That's me.
And yeah, that's you.
That's my job. That's what I do for a living.
That's your job. Me, I'm going to release my stuff and enjoy. That sounded weird.
That sounds wrong.
I go to sit down and enjoy something that I can. I was a big comic book collector in the past.
I was too.
And I just go in there and I kind of just blank out.
You had a chip on your shoulder going in.
Yeah, I think I had a chip on my shoulder going in because, if they were...
Because they didn't cast you. They cast every African-American actor.
I mean, I could have been...
British black people were in that movie. Daniel Kaluuya.
I could have been Forrest Whitaker's son
You
or something.
could have been Forrest Whitaker.
He should have had me. He should have had me in it.
He's in every sci-fi movie now.
Yeah, and he dies in every sci-fi movie.
He was in Arrival. He was in the Star Wars movie. He's like the wise old
black man.
Yes, exactly.
It's like we need an old black man.
Yes,
get Forrest Whitaker on the phone
because James Earl Jones is too old.
Yeah, James Earl Jones.
He only does voiceovers now.
Yeah, and he doesn't sign autographs either.
Really?
Yeah. I just want to let you all know I am not signing any autographs. However, have a great night. I do a terrible James Earl Jones.
That's just awful. You have a great voice, but you do a terrible... I probably do a better...
I do a terrible James Earl.
I can do this. Hold on. This is CNN.
That is horrible, too. Shut up. Ain't got no bass in your voice. You're a damn liar. But, I mean, overall, it was a good movie.
It was a great movie.
I don't know. Felt so predictable, right?
Will you just allow me to white-splain something to you?
Okay, white-splain.
From the white point of view.
Okay, yeah. Maybe this is why.
To me, it was revolutionary because I've never seen that many black people on the screen in such a range of personalities. Like, there were good black people, there were bad black people, there were people who were in the middle somewhere, there were strong women, men. I mean, it was just like, it blew my mind. I've never seen that. I mean, not since like the blaxploitation films of the 70s. But it also had this incredibly powerful, positive message to it. Because it's basically a movie about how we all need to engage in the world. Like, this fictional nation of Wakanda has thrived for so many years because it's isolated itself and nobody's known about it. And through the course of the movie, they discover that they have to engage with the world and not build walls. It's a total anti-Trump movie. It's like a totally pro everything that I believe in movie. And I found it really kind of revolutionary in that way.
I mean, I can definitely see that aspect in the movie. But what I was also seeing was that with their portrayal of Wakanda, I mean, Africa is one of the most... I think it's the second biggest continent next to Antarctica. Yeah. But my point is that continent has every natural resource that the world just comes and pillages and runs away. Yeah. And I think that was a part of the movie also. Where it was talking about like, they didn't want that because they seen what happened to the rest of Africa.
But it's so timely because Trump just called the entire continent a shithole.
Yes.
And here's a movie that's showing you how beautiful it really is. How beautiful the people are, how beautiful the landscape is. I mean, it's a gorgeous movie to look at.
Yeah, it is a beautiful movie to look at. But it also, I don't know, like it just feels like, due to the fact that it's a fictitious country.
Well, yeah.
And it just feels like it's, like, oh, this imaginary place is great. No other place in Africa really is kind of great or anything like that. But this place is cool because it's a fictitious, you got to fly through a hologram to get there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I get really funny about it. And not to say, I do love the movie. It was a good movie. Was it the best Marvel movie?
Yes, by far.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I felt like it's the best superhero movie by far.
Infinity War will be better.
No, it won't. Infinity War will not be better. I predict that right now based on the trailer, which I write about, by the way, for the New York Times. So I have some authority here as the trailers columnist.
But I also have authority as in my own life of what I like.
True.
But yeah, I really agree. Like, Black Panther is definitely going to get a lot of repeat business, especially from, nerds and people who went with their boyfriend and then going to go with their girlfriend and then go with their side piece and go with their kids.
And people are going with their church groups.
So, yeah, we're making this one of the biggest movies ever. But what happens after that? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so the studios...
People are going to make a lot more black movies.
They're going to make more movies where it would portray people of color. I mean, there have been a lot of good black movies.
Sure.
Yeah, and those are the ones where we should have been going out in church groups. We should have been going out in church groups to go see Malcolm X. And
the thing is, the only color that matters in Hollywood is green.
Yeah.
And this movie's making tons of green. And so people are looking at it and say, well, why is this movie doing so well? Oh, it's filled with African American or African English or however you want to qualify them, actors of color, let's say. And I think we're going to see more movies like that. I think that's great. I think that's truly revolutionary.
Yeah, but it won't. It just makes me feel like, will it be in a realm of reality versus just
fantasy?
Fantasy.
Well, Hidden Figures. How about Hidden Figures? That was totally reality. Made a ton of money. Yeah, people loved it. People saw it over and over again.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. I want more movies like that, and black studios to also be making these movies.
Well, let's start one.
Yeah. I don't even have money to put in my car, and you're talking about let's start a studio.
Let's start a studio.
We'll make sure we'll set up our Patreon so you guys can donate for our episodes, because right now we're recording in a car.
Yes, we are. We will not be for long.
Yeah.
Well, we agree that it's a good movie. I say it's a great movie. You say it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But
Red Sparrow,
on the other hand.
Okay. I mean, J-Law is amazing.
Looking. Her accent is like straight out of Boris and Natasha on Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Okay, I had an issue with all the accents.
The accents were all over the map, literally.
Listening to both movies, I was annoyed with both movies.
You didn't like the African accents?
I did not.
Really?
I didn't like some of the African accents. I worked with a lot of African...
so you know better than me.
Yes. There's a lot of great actual African actors and actresses out there. Like... True. You didn't have to go get every award-winning, like, let's get every black person a check who's already making money.
Except you.
I didn't even worry about me. I would have been, hey, Black Panther, hey, Black Panther, hey, Black Panther, you black, oh, this Black Panther is cool.
The least of my problems with Red Sparrow are the bad accents. Because this is a movie, it's so backwards. It's a totally anti-Russian movie, which is fine. But in terms of the gender politics, basically the message of this movie is women's power is between their legs.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna say men and women powers are between their legs.
Oh, well, they say, like, okay, so they have this program where they train beautiful people to seduce people and extract information from them. And there are men and women, and they show a man naked because they have to show a man naked to be, like, equal time. But the whole movie is Jennifer Lawrence naked, being tortured, being raped, being beaten, and her only power that she can use is to then turn her sexuality around on somebody. It's so backwards. It was all written, directed by men, And I don't know why Jennifer, I mean, I'm mansplaining this, I know. Probably I, have no right to even weigh in on this at this point, but I found it really offensive that she was so exploited that way. And then she falls in love with a guy, so then we're supposed to believe that that makes her a better person. I mean, it was just so ridiculous. Plus, it was disgusting. People were walking out of the theater in front of us.
Yeah, there's a lot of gory moments in it that people really couldn't take.
I don't think people were expecting, like, skin being peeled off. And, I mean, the torture scenes are just horrifying.
I mean, but in spy movies, there's torture.
But not like that.
I mean, I thought it was necessary.
Well,
because this is
the nice older couple sitting next to us didn't, because they got up and walked out.
Yeah, she couldn't deal with it.
And then the woman sitting right in front of us got up and walked out in the first 5 minutes when she starts out as a ballerina and she breaks her leg, and they show you her broken leg like Joe Theismann when Lawrence Taylor broke his leg. See, they did the total Gordon Hayward on her.
Yeah, that was Gordon Hayward.
Yeah,
it was a nasty look.
And you didn't need to see that. And it was a free screening, so the people who walked out weren't losing any money. But still, I've never seen so many people walk out, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's also a long movie.
It's a long movie. It's, 2 hours and 20 minutes long?
Yeah.
And you know exactly where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question, though. Did they know that it was a bad movie and they were trying to play it for laughs? Because you and I were the only people laughing in the theater.
Well, I don't care. So I laugh at what I think is funny.
The only thing that was funny in the movie, and I feel like she was in a completely different movie, was Mary Louise Parker as the drunk senator's aide. Mm. She comes in the movie and she's drunk and she's hilarious. Mm. And I think she thought she was in a comedy. Yeah. Everyone else thought they were in this really cool, dark, sleek action movie.
I mean, it had its ups and downs, as in...
and its ins and outs. I mean, the sex scenes are ridiculous.
I mean, it portrayed real sex.
Real sex with no condoms.
Yeah, I mean, the straight raw dog. I was just, I was laughing at it. I was like, that doesn't happen nowadays.
No.
I was like, that doesn't happen. But I mean, unless you're in a fully committed relationship.
Right.
Even if you're really drunk, there's always that pause where it's like, hey.
But it's like, no, that would ruin the romance of the scene. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. They're like on top of the counter.
I think there's a lot of unnecessary scenes in it.
Oh, yeah. And creepy stuff. I mean, she has this uncle who puts her into this program, and it's like the creepiest uncle in cinematic history. And every time he comes on and kisses her,
I don't know if he's
you're
the
just
creepiest.
Like, who's creepier than that guy?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen every movie.
I have, and I'm telling you, he is the creepiest uncle. Matthias Schoenertz.
So can we give movie awards?
We can, yeah. Hashtag creepy uncle.
Hashtag creepiest uncle
ever.
It is what it is. I mean,
it's terrible, but you can't stop watching it.
Yeah, because you want to make sure you're right. That's why you watch movies like that, because you want to make sure you're right.
And then it ends and you're like, yes, that was terrible. I was right all along. It's such a ripoff of so many different things. I mean, it's a little bit of Alias. Mm. It's a little bit of The Americans. Little Femme Nikita. It's like you've seen it all so many times before, and they act like they're showing it to you for the first time.
Mm. People aren't going to remember those old movies or see those old movies or TV shows.
But I remember.
I know.
That's my job.
But you're not there. But you're not the demographic that they're going for.
What are you saying? And I'm not the demographic. You're saying I'm old?
I'm not going to answer that because you're my partner, but yes, you're old. But I don't think they'll like it either.
People are still going to be going to see Black Panther in 2 weeks when Red Sparrow comes out. Because
definitely.
It's not only breaking records. I mean, I think it's going to get multiple repeat business from people.
Well, yeah, this young lady I saw in the movie theater said that's the second time she saw it, and it was Friday.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm going to see it again with my son. Because he wanted
and then I have to go see it with my son.
Exactly.
But I'm going to go when it's way quieter, because I don't like going to the movies when there's a lot of people. Yeah.
Like, I went with a full IMAX theater.
And the theater was full at 12?
Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to sit in the fourth row on the aisle.
Oh, yeah, today's a holiday.
Today's a holiday, President's Day.
Yeah,
and it's the perfect movie for President's Day because we need a president like Black Panther, not the president like Orange Cheeto. You know what I'm saying?
We shouldn't make fun of people's skin color, FYI.
I'm talking about his hair and his skin color.
Okay, I still feel that's talking about someone's. That is... You're bullying right now, and I feel threatened for him.
This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
This is a safe space. So basically, go see Black Panther.
Definitely. More than once.
Yes, more than once. Red Sparrow, you can wait for it to come on.
Yeah, don't pay
Netflix.
money to see it. Because we paid no money and I still felt ripped off.
Well, yeah. I mean,
my time.
Yeah, that's very true.
2 hours and 20 minutes of my time. Wait for it on HBO. Watch it. Laugh at it. And
I know. Guys, please, Jennifer Lawrence, if I ever meet you, I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Why do you keep making such bad movies? Mother was a terrible movie. Now you've made this movie. And movies where you're constantly being tortured and beaten and stripped naked. I don't understand what you're doing, Jennifer Lawrence. Why are you doing this? Get some help.
A lot of people go through their stretch of taking movies they shouldn't take.
Yeah. It's the same director who did the Hunger Games movies, which were huge for her. So I'm sure she trusted him. It was actually, it was developed by Darren Aronofsky, who used to be her boyfriend, who directed her and Mother. They broke up. I don't know why, but maybe because he guided her to these terrible movies. So now she's single, and we're single, and we're just saying. We're just saying.
Maybe if there is a second one, maybe it'll be amazing. We don't know.
I'm not going to see it.
You're not going to. Come on, we have to review it.
I will see it actually, but I won't look forward to it. But Black Panther 2, I am there. I am so there for Black Panther 2.
I don't know. They said you'll see Black Panther in Infinity War. They didn't say anything about you'll see him in Infinity War and in
Black Panther 2. Believe me, after the kind of money this movie made, you will see Black Panther 2, 3, and 4.
I don't know.
They did 4 Iron Men. They can do 4 Black Panthers.
Very true.
So that wraps up our first episode of Brothers of Another Color.
Yes, right. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all soon. And please, not see you, because this is an audio podcast. I don't know if they want to see us, Bruce. I don't know. Maybe.
You're a beautiful man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That goes beyond words.
I'm starting to lose my looks. But
no, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
But let's, so the next episode we'll have more fun and more shenanigans.
Hijinks.
Hijinks. All right. Take care of y'all.
Peace out.
Bye.
The whole idea of the Red Sparrow program is they take these beautiful young people and they train them to be inured to things that they find repulsive. So they have to be able to be turned on by disgusting people who they don't find attractive. And I really think this is the way Melania was trained. Maybe. How else do you explain?
Maybe she's a Red Sparrow.
I think she's a Red Sparrow.
Maybe this is Melania's story.
I think this is. I think she's trying to send us a message.
She wrote these books.
Help me. Release the Red Sparrow.
I'm sorry, Melania. And I'm hawking.
All right, that's good. We got it.
That's enough. That's enough. What do they call the cops on this?